Hey guys, it's Stephen here. Not good. Absolutely not good. This could actually be Liverpool's year. City have just got beat by Wolves 2-0, and I'm absolutely gutted, genuinely gutted. That was a terrible performance, a spineless performance, if we're being totally honest, when nothing went our way, and they deservedly beat us. It really could be their year. Anyway, I have to do this. I want to say thank you for OneFootball for sponsoring my channel. OneFootball is a very good app. It's tough to swallow right now, all the news on there, but it's excellent news. It's excellent updates. It's just a fantastic resource for football fans like yourself watching this, and like myself. So go and download it in the link in the description below if you want loads of great football news, loads of great Manchester City news and all that kind of stuff. Go and download it. It's dead good, I promise you. It'll cheer up me hugely. If you wonder where I am, by the way, I'm at my brother's house, hence not the usual surroundings there. So I'm sat outside in the back garden. That was bad. That was really bad. This isn't going to be the most in-depth video. It's going to be a little bit of a... just a bit of a rant, really, a polite rant, but it was bad. I'm very hungover as well today, so this has been a bad day, basically. City lost 2-0, 2 breakaway goals, Traore scoring both of them, and it was probably deserved. We had only a couple of chances that I would say were decent chances, and Wolves could have had about 3 maybe. You know, they broke through quite a few times in the first half, and we never really looked comfortable. From the outset, the team was a bit interesting. We had Cancelo playing at left back, which was a surprise, obviously, given the fact that we have Zinchenko and Angelino on the bench. Mendy, sadly, is out with a hamstring injury. Yeah, then maybe that should have been the kind of clue that we needed, that today was going to be one of those kind of days. Fingers crossed it's not more serious than that, because we need it. We need a left back. It didn't really work, I didn't think, the Cancelo on the left kind of experiment. He did create quite a bit in the first half going forward, but I thought the natural shape wasn't all that. And what Guardiola did is he brought on Zinchenko for Walker in the second half and put Cancelo over on the right. And I think the idea behind that was to try and maybe like swamp the midfield a little bit more, control the ball, because we just weren't controlling the ball. And today felt like one of those games where no one really had an idea what to do. It was confusing. David Silva and Gundogan played again in the middle alongside Rodri. And even though I thought it worked quite well midweek against Dinamo, it didn't work at all today. It didn't work in the slightest. We were poor creating anything. We cycled the ball really badly. The likes of David Silva, still usually so reliable in terms of the channels, stuff like that, did very little creatively. Raheem Sterling could not get the better of Adama Traore in the first half in particular, because Traore's got a lot of physicality and pace, and you just can't run past him. You can't run past him given his pace, and it was a quiet day for him. Aguero barely got a touch, and when he finally got a shot towards the end, in like the 90th minute, he scuffed it wide, and then Wolves went away, the other end and scored. It was one of those kind of days. Morris couldn't really get involved. Having said that, I was still baffled that he came off for Bernardo instead of being Gundogan or someone. Like Gundogan and David Silva, like, they both lack dynamism. Sometimes you'll get away with it, but another days like today, you think, oh, there's a massive drop off. It doesn't seem to work. There's no energy, no creativity, no goal threat. And I was hoping today Foden was going to start. I was hoping for a little bit of variation, but Pep loves Ilkay Gundogan. He absolutely loves him to bits. And it wasn't going to be. He didn't play him. He didn't pick him, and it frustrated him because it looks like, if you look at the table now, they are 8 points clear, I think, Liverpool, and genuinely, it's going to take a minor miracle. Yeah, 8 points clear. It's going to take a lot. Liverpool have to basically... I can't even see Liverpool leaving 8-10 points all season at this rate. They probably will do, but it just feels like, bear in mind, at this point, we've still got up another 30 games, we'll probably drop some points ourselves. It's going to be very difficult. We're going to have to beat Liverpool twice and then just hope for the best. Generally, that's what we're going to have to do and keep winning games. And you go back to the Laporte moment, and it feels like that's the ground zero moment for this season. Like, we all know how good Laporte was, but I don't think we realised just quite how brilliant Laporte is, just how quite essential he is to the way we play. We're lacking any form of leadership. Also, Mendy seems to be getting worse and worse every game, and I do wonder if it's because of lack of structure around him, or because Fernandinho and him don't have a good centre-back partnership in general. But he's getting rasher and rasher and rasher. He's always been a little bit rash, and he was once quite rash, and then we kind of got a bit of it out of him, but it's coming back more. Maybe it's an age thing as he gets older, but the amount of times he just jumped in today and he was beaten, he's doing more and more. And Fernandinho, he actually defended occasionally in terms of the actual ability to defend quite well every now and then, but if his position isn't a natural centre back. You can tell. I didn't think Fernandinho looked anywhere near comfortable. He did a lot of last kind of gaff stuff with defending, which is fine, but it's not the kind of stuff you want to see defenders doing, because it usually means they made a mistake or the position's bad or whatever. We saw plenty of that today. Walker had a stinker in the first half, really. I thought he was pretty poor giving the ball away. You could tell it's going to be one of those days when even Ederson's giving the ball away sloppily, and Ederson never gives the ball away sloppily, and it's like it happened. And it's very tough. It's very, very tough. I think it's tough when you basically got your best centre back out, and then you've got Mendy, who's our best left back, not playing. Then we've got we haven't got a best midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne. We haven't got like as Sam Lee put us on Twitter, we haven't got like not quite best but very good winger as well. We've got too many players out. Eventually, we're gonna take an impact, and as much as you can replace them with great players as well, like you do miss your best players, Yeah, like bringing in, we're lucky to be able to bring in the likes of Mahrez and even like Fernandinho and whatever, and then Gundogan's a decent player, getting most people's teams, but they're not the level of Kevin De Bruyne, they're not the level of Laporte, they're not the level of those players, and we did miss them today. And I started to wonder as well, even about Vincent Kompany's presence around the dressing room. Even if he's not playing, he's a leader, he's a born winner, he's the captain, the senior statesman of the team, and he's not there anymore either. So that starts to have an effect as well. All these things will feel into it, and you just kind of think, this might not be our year. It might actually be Liverpool's year. They're getting the look. They're getting the calls that are soft going their way. We're getting the injuries. We're losing games. We've lost 2 games already out of 8. We've lost a quarter of our games so far this season. Maybe it's the year where we go for the Champions League. If we get a little bit of luck, maybe it's the year where we try and focus on that. Because it doesn't feel like the Premier League is aligning for us. It doesn't feel like the stars are aligning. It feels like we're going to have to be incredibly lucky to get anything from this season. I can't really talk too much about the game in terms of individual moments because there wasn't really loads going on, to be honest. We didn't really create much. I think when we hit the crossbar at one point, which could have been a turning point for the game, maybe. There's just lots of stupid free kicks as well, for what I recall. Loads of little niggly moments. The referee had a mare a couple of times. He gave yellow cards or free kicks where they were just perfectly legitimate tackles. We were just very clumsy, very sloppy, mistiming tackles, mistiming passes. This was a poor team performance with no player I thought had a great game. A couple of decent, but no one. No. We had too many players dropping below their usual standards, and this is what happens. Really, this is obviously a bad result, a really bad result. It's going to be a massive stretch now, and I just love to see the team kind of, hopefully with De Bruyne and Stones back as well post this, and hopefully Mendy's back, and all of a sudden the team has a completely different shape to it and a different look, and it could be enough. For now though, we've got to just kind of dig in and accept it. It doesn't help on a day with a hangover like this, when you sat outside doing a video, to have a game like this. It's just not what I needed today. Anyway guys, what can you say other than that was a bit of shit? Sometimes that's all you can actually say. There's not much to analyse other than that. Gundogan and David Silva didn't work together. The defence didn't work together. Wingers didn't really have a good day. Aguero wasn't really prominent. Too many people just didn't really show up, and that's about it, really. So, guys, see you in a bit.